Last up, and more importantly, Winn-Dixie. This time round we've got a cute dinky trolley. I will turn around and say that Winn-Dixie is not the cheapest of the supermarkets. It's probably not even top 3. That's probably held down by the likes of Walmart and Publix. But the quality is certainly there. There are some fabulous baked goods. A huge kosher section. Lovely fresh bread there. And everything, well, to be honest with you, every single supermarket in the United States puts anything we've got back at home to shame. It's just, I suppose, the diversity of the country, the size, the produce they get, everything is enormous. I mean, you imagine you get your little tiny apples in Tesco's, them things are huge. And obviously you get fresh pineapples, oranges out here are the big thing. As I said, look at the size of that for an apple. That's ridiculous. Stuff back home, you buy this in specialty stores. This butterbeer will cost you about £5–6 a bottle back home, and you've got 4 bottles there for $6. Okay, there's plenty of beer options and wine, etc. Main reason for looking in here is just for those guys who come out and think, okay, we don't know of anywhere where we can go to a supermarket. This is probably a 10–15 minute walk from the Rosen Inn on Palm Parkway, so it comes in handy if you want to find something to get some produce. Is probably cheaper than what you're going to get in your local on-site store. Oh, Bob Evans. I haven't been to a Bob Evans restaurant for ages. We used to go one at the end of International Drive, where I think the convention centre is now. They got knocked down. I think the closest one is now. Said this is all your kosher stuff. Beers, wines, things with supermarkets over, you can buy beer and wines. Anything what they call hard liquor, you need a liquor store for. So if you come around here thinking I'm going to get a bottle of malt whiskey, you're very much mistaken. Burgers, sausages, mince. Look at the size of some of these steaks. Ribs, chops. Stunning. I could film everything, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be very select, so the things that people enjoy, such as your chip aisles and your candy, cookies, etc. I did do a full review on this. Must have been just over a year ago, while we was on holiday October last year. Pineapple jalapeno pepper jelly. I bet that is strong. Yep, you will find it all here. Pepper jelly with Tabasco. Okay, first chance to step in an aisle with stuff that's quite tasty. That being your cereal aisles. My favourite one of all time, which I first discovered out here when we started coming, was Fruit Loops. You can just see over there. Now back home, box of Fruit Loops, a proper box of Fruit Loops, will cost you £7 or £8. Here, I suppose if you've got digital coupons, etc., you can get it as low as $1.99, but $5.49 in dollars, that's going to be what, about £4 a box, so it's half price. And they do some seriously large boxes as well, especially in the likes of Walmart. You can get twice the size of that easily. Snowballs, cupcakes, fruit pies and ding dongs. I've had zingers in the past before as well. They are lovely. These are all the sort of things that you will find on Amazon back home that people will go and purchase, and they'll pay something in the region of about £10 a box for. They even do the Mickey Mouse ice cream bars in here. Wow, look at the flavours and the size of the tubs of all that ice cream. Actually looks like butter, but it's not, it's ice cream. Reasonably priced as well. It's a bit like the old, if you remember back in the day, the dream topping, that kind of thing. And then more of key lime pies. Oh yeah, I could certainly gorge myself on all the chip aisle. Right, let's see. We've already got some. We'll look around for something slightly different. Tostitos, they're a famous brand out here. Obviously, Frito-Lays, Cheetos. They do love their pretzels out here as well. And for those of you who think they look familiar, Lays are of course Walkers. Everywhere else in the world they're called Lays. It's just in the UK they're called Walkers crisps. And they have some incredible flavours. I do like these sweet Southern Heat barbecue. Aha! What we would call a biscuit aisle is of course a cookie aisle. There is no comparison, to be honest with you. So many varieties. Everybody loves Oreos. When there's a flavour for you all out there. Candy heaven once again. You get some wonderful flavours. They do like a caramel one of those. They do a toffee caramel apple if you can find it. Jellies, Jolly Ranchers. A lot of these brands will be familiar to some of you guys back home. They're just, the flavours are slightly different. Ghirardelli in here, we was just looking at Disney Springs and they were probably about $10 down there. So $6, especially if you're getting a load of it, and it's even cheaper in Walmart than it is in here. You have, of course, got to shop around. Whoppers down there. Whoppers are very much like Maltesers. Various M&Ms. Okay, one last aisle and then we'll call it quits. So this is obviously your pop or your fizzy drinks aisle. Favourites out of all of these is of course Mountain Dew. Sometimes you'll find stuff out here called Mellow Yellow. It's practically the same stuff, but in your larger supermarket stalls you'll find old classics like Tab, long since forgotten in the UK but still available out here. The stuff of legends. People talk about the big tubs of cheesy balls, and you get even bigger ones in Walmart, twice the size of that. Right, well that is our little shopping session done, and just look at that sky. That is stunning.